everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the hands behind Lovecraft Crochet. My plushies are for the anxious, depressed, autistic, and neurodivergent. Small enough to travel in a purse, backpack, diaper bag, or even your pocket. You can check out my Facebook page or TikTok to see what patterns are available and stay tuned for the new ones coming out. I also make hats, scarves, blankets, and dice bags for the tabletop gamer or dice goblin in your life. Feel free to order through the page, TikTok DMs, or via email at love.craft.crochet@gmail.com. Now, on to the segment.
Killing 15.
So did you like the new theme song? Good. We're glad.
5 days, 1,000 songs, 1 billion iterations. Do we want polka? Do we want to go with a nice marimba? We didn't go calypso. How do you know that we aren't using a calypso one? We've never used calypso. That's the one genre, subgenre, fucking vibe we didn't go with.
I don't know. I was thinking Polynesian at one point.
I'll kill you! It's a nice theme song, though, Sissy.
Mm.
The mything one's cooler.
I agree.
The randomly is nice.
It randomly is really nice.
I don't recall the playing over one, so.
Playing over is one where we talk over top of it. Well, you talk over top of the music. And blinking is just music.
We could do something with blanking.
No, we're not doing anything with blinking.
Nice.
We picked the song for blinking. We're sticking with that.
Did we pick a song for blinking?
Yes, we did.
Oh, did I like it?
You created it yourself.
Oh.
So if you don't like it, that's on you, boo.
My life has only been the Killing 15 Minutes theme song for so long. Anywho, how you doing today, Sissy?
I'm doing pretty okay.
What are we recording today, Sissy?
We're going to do a bonus episode.
For what?
For Killing 15 Minutes.
I like Killing 15 Minutes.
Good. It's our pirate show. Flagship show. Wow.
It's our pirate show?
Pirate show.
My lungs aren't ready for this. So what's today's topic of bonus? Do I get to ramble about... I wish I had a joke here. What do I usually ramble about? How the judicial system in the United States is stupid. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but regardless, it's stupid.
We can always talk about that.
Do we talk about how the majority of crimes can easily be remedied with a stronger infrastructure, jobs in place, and mental health? Universal health care, specifically.
Yep.
Do we want to talk about how women just seem to either want to kill their children or murder their husband so they could screw someone else?
Yeah, that's why we don't have that many women serial killers that we do.
Yes. So I think what we're going to do, I'm going to hijack this,
Okay.
is we're actually going to talk about shows we won't do, with a huge asterisk.
Yeah.
These are shows that will never be on our mind to do. But rather, we will still do them with minor quibbles if a patron says, you know, here's $20, do it. Dance Monkeys Dance.
Okay.
Okay? For instance, we're going to go with, we don't do kids.
Right.
We try not to do ones where kids are abducted or killed with very minor, you know, obviously we can't really talk about like Adam's Law without having to talk about the Adam Walsh case.
Right.
And it was a very important milestone, as we discussed. I don't think we're ever going to talk about Columbine.
No, I don't think so, only because that's still fresh to me, even though it's been over 20 years.
Yeah, it happened in late 90s, early 2000s? Late
99.
90s. 89?
99,
No,
98.
99, yeah. It had to be... Because I was already a troubled youth at that time, so as soon as it happened, I was being questioned a lot. Although that would be an interesting episode, because then we could discuss not necessarily the crime itself, but similar to what we did with the Adam Walsh episode, the fallout thereupon. And even schools now are still feeling the Columbine effect.
99.
Okay. You know, that's a very interesting... We will never cover it off the top of our head, though.
No.
Maybe a overview of school shootings, possibly if we're feeling squirrely. But again, that's a kid thing.
Yes.
And we do... And one of the other ones we really don't do is we don't cover really anything after the year 2000.
Correct.
And there were a lot of more school shootings post-2000 when I say that society got very sick. We masked it with a lot of patriotism, especially after 2001,
Yeah.
where it was very easy to at least put a Band-Aid over societal mental health as a whole.
Yeah.
But, because once you put in unity, then there is at least some gap there, but then that only made things worse when you get the new generation who didn't grow up pre,
9/11.
you know, like now, you've got even people who are in their, you know, like 17, 18 being like, who the fuck cares? That was a very big, important thing at the time.
Yeah.
And we literally just got out of Afghanistan, so 24 years later,
Yep.
you know, and even then, technically, we still have people over there, but that's neither here nor there. We don't cover anything post-2000 because while that is a 25-year span, that is still very much
It's our adult span.
It is. I mean, I was 10 by 2000,
Yeah.
but it really did, you know, our influential years were in the late 90s, early 2000s. And to me, us covering something, like, I wouldn't mind talking, like, we probably won't ever talk about, the Utica girl.
Bianca?
Yeah.
No, we will never talk about Bianca, but Anatomy of Murder did an episode on her, which was very difficult for me to listen to.
Well, a similar thing Casual Criminalist did, and it was interesting, but it is one of those things where that's a local thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I know friends who knew her. There's, you know, people I know that have had to deal with not just regular, you know, mugging crime, but had to deal with other sorts of things like that. That is why I feel, while a crime from 35, 40 years ago can still be very fresh in people's minds.
Yes.
An emotional callus, I think, might be the best. It's not callousness. You don't dismiss it at all, but it's sort of the skin regrows over the wound. The scar is still there and everything like that, but there's also a lot more potential for closure, which is why I'm glad we don't do a lot of unsolved.
Yeah, after the first season with the Unsolved, I really haven't done any.
Well, I think it's also because a lot of unsolveds.
No, we did the Las Cruces bowling massacre.
We did the Las Cruces bowling
That was
massacre,
our
the
last
ABC
unsolved.
killers,
Yep.
or the ABC murders. I think we had one or two more. The Bottom
Lake Bottom.
Although I still think that was pretty fucking solved.
I agree with that one, but then I also had an idea. Maybe the dude was gay, and his gay lover came and killed everybody.
Not everything involves the gays, Sam.
No, I was just thinking about
It's
it.
up to you and your woke mind virus trying to make everything gay.
Anyways.
I wanted us to try and get the Joe Rogan experience listeners.
Anyways. With Lake Bottom, I actually recently listened to it. And because the girlfriend had so many stab wounds on her, she had the majority of the wounds.
Yes.
Was thinking about it. It could have been a crime of passion, where if the dude was gay or wasn't gay, but somebody else was trying to hook up with them, wouldn't you take out your main
Frustration, aggression, psychopathic tendencies.
competition?
So anyways, we don't cover a lot of unsolveds because I think the closure helps, especially since we do try and be, as callous as it does sound, lighthearted. Lighthearted's not the right word. I try not to be. I try to, as I explained in my completely unhinged one way back when we did the Oregon Shoe Gremlin,
Jerry Burroughs.
that there's an absurdity to horror you can come to. It's like watching Friday the 13th. You can be desensitized from it, but the kill is... It's like Final Destination. The new Final Destination has a teaser trailer out. That's Bloodlines for anyone who's... It's about a tattoo dude who gets killed. Because you remember Final Destination.
Yeah, I remember Final Destination.
Death is never straightforward. It's always this Rube Goldberg what the fuckery.
Yes.
Guy's about to be crushed by a vending machine, and then all of a sudden, no, actually it'll be, he dodges it, but a Skittle just gets lodged in his throat and he chokes or some shit. But in the Bloodlines thing, he turns the fan on. One of the chains that, for one of the things holding up a sign, I think, keeps getting hit and hit and hit until it falls out, wraps around the fan. The other end comes down, hooks his nose ring. So he's climbing up onto the He's climbing onto the counter because apparently this ceiling fan is...
Well installed?
Well installed. So he's climbing onto the thing because it's tugging at his nose ring. And...
Why not remove the nose ring?
Because it's fucking stupid. So... a bottle of cleaning solution. Actually, it might have been alcohol. Disinfection alcohol or whatever. Tips over. I can't remember why it sparks. It ignites. The glass counter breaks. He falls into the fire. And that's how he dies.
Okay, we've gotten a little bit more...
Stupid. No, actually, we're like 7 movies in. It was stupid as it was.
It was stupid when I went and saw...
Hey, I like the first one.
The first two.
Was the second one the one with the roller coaster? No, the second
No,
one was
it
the
was
log
the logs.
truck. It was still stupid.
I don't remember which one had the roller coaster.
That
but
was
I
the
went...
third one.
No?
Yes.
I
The
don't
third
think
one
so.
was them on the roller coaster.
Was that the 3D one?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I'll give you a hint. A film usually has their third movie when there's a 3D craze be in 3D.
Well, the only thing I remembered is freaking this chick getting smushed against the fence and sliding through it.
But anyways,
Freaks me out about
like the first one at least kind of had,
It makes sense.
Stifler gets his head, bisected because there's a piece of metal on a train track when they all avoid being crushed by a train. That was actually kind of, you know what I mean? It was the Jaws moment.
Mm-hmm.
Where, you got Samuel L. Jackson being like, now we are gonna survive, and then the shark just comes out of nowhere and grabs him, runs off.
Was that Deep Blue Sea?
It was. What did I say?
Jaws.
No, it was Deep Blue Sea. But the point is it's not necessarily desensitization, but there is, like, the Trudeau murders, for instance.
Okay.
It's horrible that the women died.
Yes.
However, motherfucker turned around and was like, I'm going for a walk.
Yeah, that's
So
the unedited one you really need to listen to because Agent goes on a rant about going on a fucking walk.
You cut that?
I cut part of it. We were running.
Become a patron and listen to the unedited and then tell Sam to stop editing my brilliance.
I am not putting Gilmore Girls in the middle of Ted Kaczynski.
It lightened the mood.
Not really.
Why? I said it in a perfectly calm voice. I didn't stutter. I didn't do anything along those lines. It was solid. And it was factual. Luke was better than Chris.
I can't argue with that.
And Dean was a perfect fucking gentleman. Jesse had better chemistry with Luke than he ever did with Alexis Bledel. Milo Venetiago.
I know what you're talking about.
And fuck Logan. Did I miss anyone?
No. Well, there's the Chewbacca guy.
We don't talk about a year in the life or whatever the fuck that was. Anyways, point is, we don't cover anything after 2000 because it is still very fresh in people's minds. Now, of course, again, that doesn't mean that people, kind of forget after 30 years, but also it just allows us to feel better about ourselves. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
We also try not to do unsolveds, but we do still like doing unsolveds. It's just, it really, really depends.
Right. The Las Cruces one was on me because I remember it from Unsolved Mysteries and felt that it needed to be aired.
I thought someone told you to do that one.
No.
Oh, okay.
That was the angel of Navag. Navag?
Niev?
That's it!
Or Negrin or whatever?
Yeah.
But anyways. So, shows we won't do. Let's circle all the way back. Anything after 2000, again, because that just feels way too close to us.
Right.
Now, if it starts in the 90s and ends in the 2000s, I think we've done one or two of those.
We've done a couple. We have done a couple in 2000s, but not much. Samuel Little was caught in the 2000s, but he was still killing all the way up until he got caught.
Right.
We did Aaron Hernandez, and the first nurse one.
Wasn't she in the 90s, though?
No, she started in 2001.
Oh, okay.
She probably did do it in the 90s, but she was only caught in 2001.
Well, I don't remember a date for that one at all.
Vicki Jackson.
No, I remember who. I just don't remember who brought up a date. You're good at putting in dates sometimes, but... Now, there are more specific ones that I definitely don't want to cover. I didn't like doing the Adam Walsh one, but again, it was important, and it made sense. But, like, the kid in the fridge...
Yeah.
I don't ever really want to cover that one, even though that was in the 90s, I want to say.
I don't remember.
But there's actually a really good, I want to say it's a Lore Lodge or someone did like a really good breakdown of it.
Right.
So it also feels like there's only a certain amount of things people can say about Unsolved, although I believe the kid in the fridge was officially... Solved. But there is only some, like... What new would we bring to the Zodiac? Outside of me pushing the it wasn't one person angle. Similar with the Son of Sam thing. What really would we bring in?
Boston Strangler.
The stupid Smiley murders.
And we're not going to talk about the Smiley murders.
To me, you can't really talk about the Smiley murders. You have to talk about the Smiley, air quote, conspiracy.
Yeah.
Because the murders themselves are barely connected at all.
Yep.
So it's one of those things where to talk about it, you have to talk about it. You can't just talk about this, a series of murders. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
It's sort of like the Clinton kill list. You can't just go through the list because a lot of them are so tentative that you have to talk about the conspiracy and the branches versus...
This is
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can easily turn around and be like, they shook hands in 1987 and he died in 2013. What a coincidence, and it's like, well, yes, it is. Similar to the Smiley time one, or the Smiley one, where it's like, 14 blocks away in a random alleyway dumpster, there was a smiley face spray painted. It's like, yeah, but...
It's one of the most spray painted things. That and the word fuck.
I figured a penis would be number one.
No, that's a lot more drawing.
Not really. Voop, voop, voop.
I don't know, man.
I drew plenty of penises in my time, thank you.
Y'all and your penises.
But
Get it?
any male listeners understand exactly what I'm talking about.
All right.
Guys really like dicks. It's really unhealthy. It should be talked about more. But anyways. But like those where it's like this weird, you know.
Like somebody thought about it way too long.
Way too long. It's sort of like there's a Stanley Kubrick, The Shining documentary called The Room, whatever the hell the major room in that is. You know,
Right.
219 or 230.
I don't remember.
Whatever. And they go into this super stupid breakdown that like, the Indian heads on the cans are facing west. That means this is all about the Native American Trail of Tears. It's like, oh. And it's, and the easy one that everyone goes for is he's wearing the Apollo thing. Therefore, Stanley Kubrick made this moon land. You know what I mean? It's there is such a rabbit hole to go down that you could make it about anything if you're vague enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Oh, there's a shadow on the wall. That actually means, and if we put a, you know, sundial right next to it, it actually points to 12:30 Dallas time. You know, and so he's also saying that he was involved in the JFK assassination. Dick. So there is just this thing where it's like, there's not enough there. However, again, if you want to be a Patreon, if you want to be a Patreon member and be like, you know, for my episode that I get to choose, I want it to be on the Smile murders, and you know, I've never heard of that before. Could you explain it? Might have to be more than 15 minutes though.
That might be a two-parter.
That might be a two-parter. In fact, most of the things that people I think would want would be. Like, eventually, potentially, we'll do John Wayne Gacy, or Ted Bundy, or BTK, you know what I mean? Eventually, we may get to them if we're feeling frisky enough. But if that's what you want to hear, then they should go do that. Similarly, if we're talking about specifics, I don't think we will ever cover Jean-Benet Ramsey.
No.
The reason for that, though, besides it being about a girl, you know, that's already on our list of no-nos. Well, a little child is
Yes.
what I meant. We have a lot of females being murdered. If we looked at it, we could also...
You were all worried about us stopping at rest stops, and we don't cover that many guys getting killed at rest stops. But we've covered a few women getting killed at rest stops.
Excuse me. We drove down the highway where gay people were scattered along the road.
Huh?
The Highway 97 killers, 78, Highway 91, I'm going to keep naming numbers until you give me the right one.
I need more.
94?
I need more.
He could possibly have also been the gay guy.
That would be the I-70 Strangler.
Thank you. We went down I-70
I don't think we did.
on our way to Kentucky.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Does I-70 go into just outside Chicago?
Possibly.
No,
I don't
no.
fucking know.
I don't either.
I never went to
Anyways.
Chicago. We went to Cincinnati and Columbus and Cleveland. No, did we go through Cleveland?
No, we turned before Cleveland.
Oh, right. We have to follow the signs to Cleveland.
Yes, because usually we hit the rest stop just after the sign for Cleveland, and that's where we switch drivers because that's almost 8 hours.
Speaking of, I think we should really do another O.J. Simpson one for the people who didn't listen to our very poorly timed live stream where we talked about If I Did It, Here's How, or How I Did It, Confessions of a Murderer. We listened to the audiobook on the drive, and honestly, I thought we had really good discussion.
We did.
You know, but to be fair, half of it was, man, the guy they got to voice OJ in that. Woof. I understand. Anyways, we won't ever really cover JonBenet again. If you guys want, we will. But my issue with it, besides that it's such a widely reported case that I don't feel the same squiggy factor. What makes me feel squiggy is that, And this is because I listen to the Casual Criminal. We grew up seeing the tabloid, John Benet Ramsey's face on every fucking tabloid for decades.
For years, the tabloids milked that case.
They did.
For like 3 years.
But what annoys me, and the reason that we won't cover it has nothing to do with it, it's quite literally, the only way we would cover it would be a Clue style, did the dad do it? And then we'd do all the list of that, and then it'd be the da-da-da-da-da. But what if the mother did it? Da-da-da-da-da-da. What about the son? Da-da-da-da. What about a third person? Or everybody? They're all guilty. Now I'm going to go home and sleep with my wife. Kind of a thing. Because at this stage, it is such blue balls. You will be brought to... You will edge. This is criminal edging. And if Notorious Escapades is listening, or if Murder Coaster is, or if Ouch, was that a ghost, or any of them, they'll understand what I say. And even some just true crime fans understand it gets you there. You're getting there. You're getting to that final, it was this person. But then it stops, spits in your face, and says, insert another quarter. I think I just confused like 3 separate payment methods.
Mm-hmm.
We all know what I pay for. But anyways, it becomes frustrating. And not to mention, then we also would have to dig through what was sensationalized, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it turns into us needing to talk about where journalism's a great thing when it comes to crime. It is also the worst thing when it comes to crime.
At least they no longer have journalists in the crime scene before they show up.
No, but I would really like it if journalists were allowed in the White House. Sorry, wow. I know, you don't want to go political. Secondly, so that case is only because while we would talk about it, it is, again, it doesn't tickle me in the right way.
No.
That I would feel like we're bringing anything new.
Yes.
I would just be annoyed. You know what I mean?
AJ would end up ranting about everything from the police work to the journalism to how...
Well, the police work was terrible. The journalism was terrible. You literally had everyone doing the wrong thing and really just stupid things trickling downhill. But, if you want to know, the brother did it, the parents tried to cover it. Anyways, the next one I really won't ever want us to do, because I know it will just turn into a rant of me bitching, is Casey Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, I think it happened in the 2000s.
It did. I think the 2010s.
No, I want to say it was earlier than that. I believe I was still in high school, but... Why is there a birthday bag at my feet?
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I never want to cover that. One, because it is the perfect explanation for what sickens me about why I'm glad we don't cover moms who kill their kids.
2008.
See, I told you, my high school year. No, my senior year in high school. My high school year. I was only in high school for 1 year. But it's what sickens me about when we talk about, when you see mother kills son or mother kills kids. Because she only lied. She only lied when it came to cops questioning about her daughter. When it came to, wait, why was your daughter's, body in your fucking trunk for so long? And all this other stuff, that it was a gross miscarriage of justice. She showed no remorse until it was time for the crocodile tears. Like, she did it in that way that people who are guilty lie about. You know what I mean? You know, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Cry, cry, cry. I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. You know, you don't play cat and mouse with the cops if you're a worried parent.
No.
But the reason that it would make me rant, besides the fact that I would bitch about the judicial system more than ever, is she has such publicists. She has made so much fucking money off murdering her daughter.
Correct.
You know, she's out here now. I think she got a 3-part fucking miniseries deal from ABC or Hulu or something like that, where it's all about her going, well, maybe she didn't do it. Because they keep trying to push it onto the father, or her father.
Right.
And it's like, well, no, we have the evidence there. But yes, he's also shady in a, you know, on some ways, he's shady. But it's this whole fucking cycle that Swoop has a phenomenal documentary about it on Swoop, SWOOP. She's the blue-haired chick that I showed you guys at one time.
Okay.
That Shell really didn't like because she was really trying to, you know, it was the Will Smith one, I think. But anyways, it's a phenomenal thing. Casual Criminalist Simon Whistler also has phenomenal takes on it. A lot of other places have phenomenal takes on it that pretty much align with mine, where it's like, she's a fucking disgusting person.
I agree.
And it's not just because she murdered her daughter, it's the aftermath.
Yeah.
Similar to Gypsy Rose Blanchard, we will probably never cover directly.
No.
Because to me, yes, I understand why the guy who killed her mom is in jail for life, but she was wholeheartedly complicit in it.
Yeah.
Now, you can argue that it's because both of them were neurodivergent, and that's fair. But that's where both of them deserve to be in prison. Not Gypsy Rose, who came out of prison 12 years later or something like that.
Something.
Solely so she can now become TikTok famous.
Yep.
And then go on to these things to make money off of this thing that happened. Now, did it happen to her? Yes, because her mother was criminally terrible.
Right.
But that does not justify being criminally terrible back.
You are correct.
But I also don't want to talk about that because it's just so dumb.
I know.
Like,
We deal with some dumb criminals.
we do.
But we're having it where the judicial system is the dumb part most of the time.
Well, that's because a lot of the people we cover, they either have stupid reasons. Gypsy Rose had a phenomenal reason for wanting her mother dead. I will admit that. However, she had so many opportunities to de-escalate before, hey, you, who I keep showing my to, I want you to kill my mother. You know, I've done research for a friend's video who sadly did not come out because he sadly took his own life. No, it had nothing to do with that. I swear I'm a much better researcher than that. Sorry. We also make light of conversations when we are feeling uncomfortable about it. That's why, if you notice, the more heinous the case we talk about, the more I kind of deflect into having rants. And even this one is, we could easily make this video just, we don't do people over, you know, cases younger than 21, 25. The year 2000 is our benchmark. We don't do kids, okay? Unless he's a really uppity little bitch. But we don't do that. We won't cover, you know, Columbine because, although again, I think there is something for a show of us doing that there.
I can see it,
but I don't think we would cover the case itself as reverent as it needs to be.
No, I could tell you the names of the shooters, but I cannot tell you a single one of the victims.
I can actually name a few of the victims, like, mostly because that's its own thing. Maybe we'll do a Columbine lampshade episode. We'll talk about everything around Columbine. We just will not mention the name of the high school. What do you think?
I don't think that would go good. Because if we're going to do a school shooting, I do the Brenda, whatever her name is.
Oh, the I Don't Like Mondays?
I Don't Like Mondays.
See, that's a school shooting we can do. I believe it came out in the 80s, 90s?
80s.
I want to say, yeah.
It was late 70s, early 80s.
You know, but we wouldn't cover the, like... Mass shooters I don't like.
I don't either.
And school shooters doubly so. But... Okay, so... In summary, nothing post-millennium. Not even Born to Rain, a really underrated Will Smith album. That was a terrible joke. Come on. That's why you're here, for terrible jokes.
Terrible jokes.
So no 2000, nothing past the 2000s, no kids, unless it is a really important case. Again, I know you could say, well, John Bonet. Well, if you want us to do that, go over to Patreon or buy us a coffee or Apple subscription. We're not going to talk about barely there conspiracies.
I'll give you that.
Like the Smiley.
Yeah.
Now, will we ever cover the Clinton kill list? Not on this show. Maybe Mything. I
could see that on Mything.
Well, because it would be more of a debunking, and conspiracy theories, a lot of people do say, you know, intertwine with urban legends and such.
Yeah.
You know. But that is so tentative that, you know, 7 out of the 400 names on the list might actually count.
Right.
You know. The Smiley thing. Same thing. 7 out of the 300 cases. Same thing with the missing 411 thing.
Yeah.
You know, the forestry department is hiding fucking Appalachian mountain folk. Or, you know, stuff like that. There's a lot of conspiracies about it.
Yeah,
and I also don't ever want to make light of those. Because it's like, yes, missing persons cases, I think, to me personally, are worse than murders.
Yes, because you have no closure on the...
Because there's no closure on anything, you know? As in, it's not even they found a body. They did this, they did that. But...
No body, no crime.
Potentially. Oh, who the hell's case did we do no body, no crime?
Andre Ciccoletto.
Oh, okay.
It was the body he...
the body he said that he did, but no one's been able to find it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But anyways, won't do Casey Anthony. The bitch already gets enough fucking press. Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I like Gypsy. It's a great musical. I don't want to deal with that drama. Also, I believe that was in the 2000s.
Yes.
So I'll use that to cover my ass. Any cases you personally don't want to cover?
I'm not a fan of the parents killing their kids, so as much as I want to deal with the crazies, I don't care how crazy you are. If the voice of God is telling you, that your children need to repent, you need help.
Or to find a new God.
Or find a new God.
Sometimes the voice is not God. Sometimes it's of the devil. Or possibly Jim Jones. Would we ever cover it?
We lost 7 Adams that way. Sorry. Your rant about the voices made me think of Alan Rickman.
No, I completely understand. Will we ever cover cults?
I haven't decided yet.
It's
hard to write about, like, Jonestown because they're coming out with that only a third of what those killed drink the Flavor Aid. The rest are actually done down.
I'm really glad you made... I'm still going to call it drinking the Kool-Aid.
I am too.
Flavor Aid just does not have the same ring to it.
No.
But you are correct. It was the off-brand. Or whatever you could buy in Ghana.
Right. But they're finding that a lot... like 2/3 of them were killed by gunshots.
Not just gunshots. Also, most of them were injected, too.
Yeah.
It's actually why there's this weird as hell conspiracy theory that it was actually a CIA front. It's a stupid conspiracy theory.
Okay.
Because some people are like, it was just so that they could kill that one senator that died right before Jonestown drank the Kool-Aid.
You mean the one that was gunned down at the airport?
Yeah, because they were fleeing because they were being chased by...
Gunmen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it's like, on one hand, I would love to cover cults, because I like talking cults and cultish behavior.
But, yeah, honestly, I would like to do cults, but sometimes they're just...
It's also a very touchy subject.
It is. Because there's usually some type of religion behind them.
Yeah. It's because, and this is something that Megan's going to yell at me about if she ever listens to this. It's very easy if, hypothetically, you say you're a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
It is very easy because you have a connection, you want to feel good about other Christians, that if you've got you've got a Christian militia in the backwoods killing people, but they're doing it in the name of God, then while you can say, it's bad,
Right.
there's also any critique of their view of how they twisted the Bible to do what they wanted for it to work for them. Like, rods of thunder in the Bible means that everyone should own a gun. And other ways cults twist it in a very similar way that Daesh or ISIS does. You have a lot of other, like, Islamic...
Right.
How you get Islamic fundamentalists. Even the KKK turned around and were like, the Bible says this, therefore it's okay to lynch black people.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, where it's
Maybe
very...
we'll do something on the civil rights.
I would like to do Mississippi Burning.
Is that the...
That's when the FBI finally went down to be like, there's a lot of black people being lynched right now.
I thought that was the FBI came down to look for the... Oh, that was the FBI coming down because of too many burnings.
63 official lynchings.
Yes,
That is what they came down to investigate.
But they were missing the three...
black kids who were buried in...
some type of dam.
There was a dam or something like that, because I remember the story where the FBI director, because everyone's, plunging the thing, he just grabs the thing, walks over, bam, finds one.
He goes over, puts it down into the dirt, then stops for a minute, walks 2 feet over, sticks the dirt into the ground, and goes, dig here.
Yes, I remember the forensic files or FBI files.
I think it was the FBI files on it.
Because that was also where they talked about how, the KKK or whatever subgenre of white supremacists in the time was like leaving rattlesnakes. I think one agent got a rattlesnake thrown in their vehicle.
Something like that, yeah.
But stuff like that. That would be fun. Let me rephrase. Fuck the KKK. Fuck the Aryan Brotherhood. Fuck any bigot. Fuck ISIS. Which would also make a really good line to rhyme with vices. Just a saying, Sam. There's a version of the theme song you guys may never hear.
There's a few versions.
Yeah, but I like mine first.
Anyways.
When we decided it needed lyrics.
Alright. We are at 43 minutes, brother.
Well, that sounds like a good bonus episode to me.
Well, like that lets everybody know how much...
Oh, hey, speaking of, oh, shit, who starred in Mississippi Burning? It was actually a movie called Mississippi Burning. Cuba Gooding Jr.?
No, maybe. Hold on, let me look up...
No, I think I'm thinking of A Few Good Men there. Oh, shit. Denzel? No, I'm thinking about Denzel's son in Black Klansman. That's a totally different thing.
Gene Hackman, Willem Dafoe.
Thank you.
And that was the, this one's on the, investigation of the 3 civil rights activists.
Yes, that would be what a lot of people call Mississippi Burning.
You're right, but I'm just saying...
No, it's very... But that's a very good thing to talk about, because especially now, it's very easy to turn around and just be like, passively state,
Yeah.
fuck the racists. But at the same time, we also don't really cover a lot of race-based stuff.
No, and I try not to bring race into it.
I know, you surprise me with black people all the time.
I honestly, because I don't, it's not that I don't see it. I don't give a shit what your race is. Are you a good person? Good.
Well, we
if
don't
you're an asshole person, you're an asshole.
To be fair, we also don't cover a lot of good people.
No, we do not cover good people.
Not in this show. Maybe we'll do a saintly 15 minutes where we just talk about good people doing good stuff.
How many episodes on Mother Teresa do you want written?
I wasn't even thinking Mother Teresa. I was thinking about, we talk about civil leaders who've done positive things.
We will discuss that later. All right, what do you have to say to the good people?
I'd like to say please support us on Patreon, buy us a coffee, or Apple subscriptions. And don't forget to follow us on any major social media network under Killing 15 Minutes or Carry On Productions. Right now, our Carry On Productions is our only Twitter because fuck Twitter. But it will at least update every time we have a new show in any of our range of shows.
Yep. Sammy set that all up for us.
Thank you, Sassy.
You're welcome. All right. Later, y'all.
Later, y'all.
Keep on carrying on.
CARE.
Why?
Because
Carry On Production.